What's up, guys? Letting you know I'm here and welcome back to 1000 Lives. I feel like my mic's gonna fall over. There you go. I think my mic isn't good, so it's gonna fall over. Okay. Where we last it off to do 20th to 20th to 12. Okay. You're right here. You're playing this game. Moose manages to get some points from time to time. She was used to the fast pace and manages to get some combos, not just any knowledge we were able to pull off. But her renewed sense of confidence comes at a price when while fighting against the next boss, she doesn't take cover before a huge explosion. What was that? The red flash means you've lost a light, but you still have 2 more left. I already noticed that part. I meant that attack. It was incredibly unfair. What did you expect after shooting at those red barrels? Everyone knows that red barrels always explode if you attack them. If it's that obvious, then why do the enemies always walk near them at every damned opportunity? That's a mystery that will never be solved, Luce. We deal with all the other bosses one by one without too much of a hassle until we reach the last level. From here on out, all of the different areas become narrower and full of enemies. We're showing signs of fatigue and we'll have to improve our focus if we want to put on a good show. Then there's a moment where our characters split up in 2 groups and take different paths. So what things and Xavier see on the screen is different from what Luce and I see at all. This would be a good opportunity to get some extra points over those 2 if it wasn't for the fact that even though our paths are different, we're still fighting the same place against the same enemies. That, however, gives me an idea. His outstretched arm gives him away. Even if Denz is a player farthest away from me, from the corner of my eye I can see the movements of his arm going right and left depending on where the enemies come from. Thanks to my memory of this game, I start counting all the enemies that appear with a habit to look away from Denz's arm. It's then that I see it, the enemy that appears on my screen. But because he's behind some box on the left, he's hidden from the players using the other screen. He's coming directly at me, and it won't be long before they can see him too. I could shoot it and get some points, but I have another idea. I switch weapons and equip the shotgun while I look at Denz's arm sideways. He goes up, then down, then left, and finally right. I try not to shoot until the second his gun stops moving. The very moment I see the signal that he's about to shoot, and then... Huh? I fire at the enemy's chest, pushing him back the very moment he appears on the other screen, forcing Denz to miss his shot by the skin of his teeth. There goes my combo. You got me there. This is now a game for 2. I wish you luck, but that doesn't mean we won't keep rocking anyway. Right, Luce? The entire group is amazed. They don't understand that it was me who forced Denz to miss. Except for one person, the last opponent I left to defeat. Zebra Chuck has realized that this game has become a battle between her and me. The pressure from the last part of the game doesn't hinder us, as our scores continue increasing. On the contrary, it motivates us to be the best we can and extend past our limit. When we finally reach the final boss, it seems like I'm impossible to stop it, and our only fear is the tied scores winning it unless something changes. Right before the coup de grace, that inconceivable change actually happens. I'm sorry, Edwin. Her voice is natural and calm. She takes a second and inhales deeply before shooting one last time. It's not the coup de grace of finishing the great evil final boss, but another character. Mine. My screen flashes red for half a second, but that color sticks in my mind for what seems to be an eternity. It's the signal that I lost the light, that I've been hit and lost my combo. The signal that I lost my chance at a perfect game at the very moment that I was about to finally put an end to this game. The credits roll and everyone but Zero looks at the final video of me. She, in fact, is covering her stomach while trying to gain her laughter, the best that she can. What did you think of that? It's a small trick you can do right before the ending, and glitch where you can carry one of the other players. Pretty cool, huh? I'm livid. I stare at Zero despite the fact that she's trying to make eye contact. Wait, does that mean you won, and Saul's in second place? Wasn't that impossible anyways? I can't believe that you cheated right before the end of the game, Ziva. It wasn't so much cheating as it was a great prank. And only a moment ago I didn't believe that you could do something like that to Saw. It's great, don't get me wrong, but it was unexpected, girl. Come on, whether or not I got a perfect game is important. For me, success comes from us having played together. The rest are minute details. Also, not everything is how it seems. So don't speak so prematurely. Ziva gestures to her left with a head movement. We redirect our attention back to the screen, where the credits are finally coming to an end. And once they're done, the leaderboard and points score appears, showing that I'm the winner and have the first position. What you saw was a graphical error. It might have seemed like I shot you, but I didn't actually. In fact, the only one that lost points there was me for shooting a player character. I could never betray you, Edwin. You know that, right? Her hands intertwine behind her while she puts on a wide smile, surrounded by a silence created by two of us. Everyone around us laughed, or get surprised, and nobody believed what had happened. Ziva was just teasing me. A small prank, a childish game that everyone treats as such. Except me. I throw a really strong punch to the arcade machine side of my fist, managing to make it stagger a little despite its size. The whisper stopped. Everyone feels intimidated and somehow scared when they went inside me that they've never seen before. Well, that's how it appears. My demeanor changed after a few seconds. Damn, that really hurt. I covered my hand and winced in pain. What are you staring at? I nearly broke my hand. I'm a sore loser, so I had to vent it somehow. I really believe that I lost for a second, you know? I think I may be bleeding. Am I stupid or what? Go to the bathroom and rinse it with water or something. Be right back. They'll ask if I'm alright, but I insist that it's nothing, and my attitude is just a look at my bad temper and competitiveness wreaking havoc. I promise they'll return in a couple of minutes, rejecting the kind of offers as those that wish to accompany me. And while I walk away, I wonder if they believe any of those excuses. Because I sure didn't. After coming out of the bathroom, I sit down on one of the benches in the shopping mall, watching people pass by. I don't have any actual interest in returning to the gloomy arcade. The skylights on the high ceiling shine down upon people as if they're stars on a concrete firmament, except for the pale skin of a girl who's always shielded under a hat and is able to follow me to the end of the ward. How are you, Saul? Good. Thanks for your concern. My dry answer cuts off any possible dialogue despite being entirely unintentional, so I try to break the ice with a joyful tone. Although I don't know why you asked. Didn't you say before that you can read me like an open book and that I can't deceive you? I was trying to be polite. I'm not a bona fide lady after all. I'm surprised that you haven't realized that yet. You're good at hiding it. Boo, if you act like that, then I'll leave. I chuckle and make some space on the bench so Claire can sit next to me. She does so, and after clearing her throat, she keeps talking and trying to sound more adult than her appearance would lead you to believe. While we're at it, I'm going to show to you what I meant when I said that you can't hide anything from me. Because I never lie, and I'm tired of you always taking me so lightly. They got a 2 there. For starters, right now, you aren't worried about yourself or what the others may be thinking about your sudden mood swing. You're only worried about Ziva. I dedicate a sideways yet sharp glare to Claire, but she ignores it and keeps picking my brain apart. There's something that has changed. Feelings that you didn't take seriously before now. To be precise, Ziva's feelings for you. You don't know what those feelings mean or what they'll bring since you two have completely different views of what makes up a perfect world, what everything entails. I can't get used to this. It must be a joke when the crazy innocent and absent-minded girl suddenly becomes this serious and hits me straight in the gut with her painful honesty. I defensively fold my arms in, frowning a little and trying to bring down the immovable, mysterious wall that surrounds her, despite my past records of failure. And what about you, Claire? Are you okay with all of this? Yeah, you're right. I can't stay quiet about it. But you should understand that there's no love without empathy, which in turn is the first step for sacrifice. Being able to give and reject anything for a special someone is also one of the rules of love, no matter how unfair it may seem. Curiously, Ziva said the same thing not too long ago. I wasn't trying to say anything you didn't already know. I was just reading your thoughts, after all, wasn't I? And you aren't worried about what you saw? I don't just mean my worries about Ziva, but about how I might feel about her. Of course, there's nothing I can do. Because I'll never be able to understand what even you don't. I quickly tapped against the floor with one of my feet, even more bewildered than when I originally started this conversation. However, Lucy's the one who has noisy always appears during the middle of our dialogue, relieving me of sudden extreme discomfort. Here you are, Smuck. You were starting to think that you left without saying anything. What are you doing here? Next time, you should bring him back, even if you have to drag him, Claire. I'm sorry, we were talking, and I lost track of time. My fault. You guys worried back there, or what? Not in the slightest. We were just surprised by how you acted. But we're all human, after all. Z was actually the first one to forget about it. Now she's beating everybody's asses at pool. Sometimes I think we should have that one be beautified. In my case, I was bad-mouthing you this entire time instead. You're telling me that so casually? Don't exaggerate it. It's just that you're just a nasty piece of work. I'm being serious though. Do you remember, for example, when the other day, during the community meeting, she took Claire and I out with her? I thought she wanted to tell us something privately. That could be farther from the truth. She looked at me for a couple of seconds with those big eyes of hers and thanked me, that's all. I thought it was really weird at first. It really seemed like she was speaking from her heart. Olaf helping her with the committee and bringing Lazy Dens there for her once, and I want to believe that it meant more. But I guess she's just like that. She has this thing where she's more worried about the group than herself. Don't ask me why it's like this, but it's part of her. I dare say that she takes it further when it comes to you, Saul. That's why I said those things earlier. And the only weird person here is you, running away from everything like you're as good as Houdini. You should tell Ziva what's bothering you. There's nothing bothering me. Why do you think that I didn't mind when you left the party without saying anything first? I can't be the only one realizing this right, is it clear? I have a pretty good idea of what you're saying. Then you also reached the same conclusion. I knew it wasn't just my imagination. What are you ladies even talking about? Running away from the basketball match, hurriedly leaving the committee, leaving your own birthday party, and I even heard that from time to time you played hooky when given the opportunity. I wasn't born yesterday, you know. I asked around and found that you know how to swim, and even if you didn't, I couldn't accept that someone could drown in a private pool as if they were a ton of bricks. Everything made sense when I saw you in that Speedo. I'm talking about the scar you have on your leg. That's the real reason you can't swim. If there's one thing that I've learned about you up till now, it's how prideful you are. You don't want to tell anyone what kind of accident you got in to take that injury, but it's obvious that it wasn't anything normal. It hurts a lot, right? You don't want anyone finding out, so you come up with stupid excuses when it becomes unbearable and you always try to get away when you can. No explanations given. Am I very far from the truth? I shake my head in denial, peering towards the scar, although I can't see under the fabric of my pants. No, you're right. Too right to be honest. Well, I'm not stopping there. I can even tell you where exactly you had that accident. It was at the abandoned library, in the ruined wing, close to that piano. Am I right? The library? A piano? A shiver runs all throughout my body. Both my hands got against my knees as I hear Luce mention that place. How do you know? Who told you that, Luce? No one. I figured out myself by thinking about it. I could do that much solely from your behavior. You kept insisting that I need to be careful and not to go too far away from the library, and there's that one time you were looking for me. But then you laugh your ass off and talk about how you almost killed a teacher during a death race, or when the police caught you stealing a car. Z was the one who told me about the death race if you were worried, but I don't think that was a secret. What I don't get is why you're so worried about others finding out. You shouldn't be embarrassed, you know? I chuckle. I never would imagine that I'm so predictable. It's not embarrassment, Luce, it's... I can't stand when people look at me with pity or give me that condescending special treatment you get when people find out that you're different. It's convenient, sure, but maybe too convenient. After all, you can claim that all of your mistakes are because of your handicap. It's nice when you keep for any situation. If I get angry, it's not my fault. But that pain in my leg, if I am mistaken, it's not my fault. But that pain in my leg, if I run away, it's not my fault. But that is the pain in my leg. The excuses that will make you weak. You won't let anything as long as you have a scapegoat. Even if there are times that I wish I could blame all of my problems on one single cause, it simply can't be that way. Even if the pain from that day tortures me and follows me everywhere that ever darling, I can keep walking the same path as you, or even anyone else. My condition isn't so bad as to cause me to become a burden or a victim, and I can never accept in if that happened. Just like you said that one other time, it wouldn't be fair not to me nor anyone else. Is that true, sir? Is that really that important? Listen to this girl, son. I'm sure just overthinking it. No one is going to treat you like an invalid, and even if we did, then you just have to deal with it. It's not anything to start crying over. My leg is numb. You really don't know how to treat others with compassion, do you? That's your fault. The way your handles things irritates me, and that's because you remind myself, I'm gonna be right back, guys. I'm gonna need to wake up my foot. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. Breakfast going on and go to sleep. Okay. I'd like to tell you to stop being so wishy-washy about this, that you should let us know if you're hurting too. Stop being so roundabout over things that don't even matter much. But I'm not one to talk. I'd be forced to hide even the most stupid of things just because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, so you're off the hook for now. But I think you should at least talk to Ziva. She's someone you can trust, so don't give it too much thought, even if she can get a little annoying with her psychoanalysis and endless ranting. Maybe, but only when the time is right. Lucy's response is accompanied by her her hands on her hip and lean to the side like she does when she's unconvinced. I don't trust you, not at all. So stop being boring and do what I tell you for once. I'm not boring. Then prove it. You become so predictable that I'm not even surprised by anything you do anymore. I'll definitely give you a really nice surprise one of these days, woman. Also, you already know that I don't go back on my word once I've committed to it. Luce laughs. I like to believe that all of this is just her way of trying to cheer me. If that really is the case, she succeeded. Well, should we go back now? I stand up and call out to Claire, who's been deep in thought for a while for some unknown reason. In the end, the three of us return to the underground arcade, and the committee is reunited once again with the objective of having fun. Ziva greets me enthusiastically, as if she forgot about my outburst earlier. I can't remember last time I saw her like this. It's making me wonder what I know about her, and what she means to me. But it might be a bit too late to question that now. And we're gonna stop it there. So you guys enjoyed the video, go down there, click the like button. Let me know you're enjoying the content. It also helps support the channel. We got a new series that just started and was uploaded yesterday. Chemical Bond is also going to be as long as probably this series, but it definitely is going to be a series I will be continuing while I work on that other series I have planned. And that Academia series that I started, because we only need 3 characters. And there's more I want to do, so definitely that's gonna happen. Also, if you haven't done so already, subscribe! Join the Pride Army. And then I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.